Hey there, party animals of the wild side. Today we've got a showdown so big, so blubbery, it makes sumo wrestling look like a pillow fight. In one corner, the southern hemisphere's heavyweight headbutter, the elephant seal, basically a living sausage the size of a school bus with a nose that doubles as a foghorn. And in the other, the tusked titan of the tundra, the walrus, part sea creature, part wise old grandpa, and rocking the kind of facial hair that would make a hipster jealous. Who would win if these two marine megastars somehow met in the middle for a flipper-flinging brawl? Would it be brute force or pointy tusks that take the crown? Grab your popcorn or maybe a bucket of clams, because we're about to dive belly first into the ultimate battle of the blubber. Let's get splashy. Meet the contenders, it's blubber versus brawn. The elephant seal, King Kong of the southern seas. Okay folks, let's start with the heavyweight champion of the deep south, the southern elephant seal. And when I say heavyweight, I mean heavier than your uncle single quotes S-F-150 loaded with coolers kind of heavy. We're talking over 22 feet long and tipping the scales at a whopping 7,500 pounds. That's not just big, that's Titanic big. And why the name elephant seal? Well, because this guy's got a built-in snorkel trunk hanging off his face. Looks a little silly, like someone stuck a pool noodle on a beach sausage, but that thing has a purpose. Come mating season, it turns into a full-volume foghorn, shaking cliffs with every love call. And don't be fooled by that lazy beach bum look when it's time to throw down. These guys go full linebacker mode, charging each other and headbutting like a wrecking ball with whiskers. It's like getting hit in the ribs with a barbed wire baseball bat. Yeah, not something you want to mess with on your beach day. The walrus, the Arctic tank with attitude, now entering the icy ring from the Great White North. We've got the walrus, basically a leathery beanbag chair with tusks. They're not as long as elephant seals, maxing out around 10.5 feet and top out at about 3,300 pounds, but they make up for it with two giant face swords. A tusk's up to 3 feet long. That's like walking around with a pair of fencing sabers hanging from your upper lip. And those tusks aren't just for looking cool in selfies. Walruses use them to poke holes in ice, haul themselves onto frozen platforms, and intimidate rivals with a death stare that says, "Back off, buddy." They're not naturally aggressive, but when push comes to shove, oh, they'll tusk you up without a second thought. It's like if a couch suddenly decided to throw hands, and by hands, I mean ivory daggers. If I had to pick who I'd want on my fantasy football team of marine mammals, elephant seals' raw power is tempting. But walruses, they've got that cool grizzled veteran energy. It's like watching a sumo wrestler take on an armored knight. You just know it's gonna be wild. Home turf where these blubbery beasts hang their hats. Elephant seal, deep-sea daredevil of the southern hemisphere. If you're looking for elephant seals, pack your bags and head way south like penguin neighbor south. These colossal creatures love the chilly, rocky coastlines of Antarctica and California's Channel Islands. Yep, they've got one flipper in the ice and the other at a SoCal beach resort. But don't let the sunbathing fool you, these guys are oceanic gladiators. Elephant seals can dive over 3,000 feet into the dark blue depths and hold their breath for 2 hours straight. That's longer than your average Netflix binge. Honestly, if David Blaine ever challenged one to an underwater breath-holding contest, my money's on the seal. They spend 80% of their lives in the ocean, which basically makes them the aquatic version of your cousin who lives in his man cave and only comes out for snacks and football season. Walrus, the Arctic ice king who knows how to chill. Now let's head north, way north. Walruses are the beefy bouncers of the Arctic Circle, where it's cold enough to freeze your eyebrows off. These guys don't mind though, in fact, they love it. Icy water, yes please, ice floes, even better. Giant floating slushies, sign them up. You'll usually find them lounging around in giant, noisy herds, looking like a blubbery retirement party on an iceberg. They nap on the ice, grunt a lot, and snack on clams like they're at an all-you-can-eat Red Lobster buffet. Imagine 500 walruses all going shellfish at the same time. It's adorable and mildly terrifying. They prefer shallow waters so they can scoop up snacks without working too hard. Honestly, the walrus lifestyle is kind of goals. Chill all day, snack all night, and argue with your neighbors using tusks instead of Facebook posts. Mealtime mayhem, who's the real seafood snob? Let's talk food, folks, because even blubbery giants gotta eat. Elephant seal, the deep-sea predator with a Spartan stomach. These guys, total oceanic bad boys. Elephant seals are the kind of creatures that dive into the pitch-black depths like, what's for dinner? Maybe a squid. Maybe a shark. Yep, they'll chow down on anything from deep-sea fish to slippery squid, and if they're feeling extra bold, small sharks are on the menu. Talk about ordering the spicy special. But here's the kicker, they're also intermittent fasting champs. When mating season rolls around, the males don't eat for months. No snacks, no cheat days, no midnight Doritos. Just sun, sand, testosterone, and full contact sumo matches. Imagine being on a strict diet while also wrestling other 7,000-pound dudes every day. That's not willpower, that's seal power. Walrus, the slow and steady Buffett boss. On the flip side, walruses are basically the foodies of the frozen north. They're not into the thrill of the hunt, they're all about slow grazing and maximum munching. Picture this, a giant, whiskered vacuum cleaner hoovering up clams from the seafloor like they're Pringles. And when I say clams, I mean clams. A hungry walrus can slurp down 4,000 of them in one sitting. That's like devouring 100 seafood platters at Red Lobster in one go without even asking for tartar sauce. Now that's impressive. Respect, Grandpa Blubber. They even use their sensitive mustaches called vibrissae to sniff out snacks buried in the sand. It's like having a built-in grocery scanner on your face. If I had that skill, I'd never pay full price at Trader Joe's again. So who's pickier? Honestly, neither. Elephant seals are like extreme athletes on a protein-only Fight Club diet. Walruses are more like cozy Buffett lovers who value quantity over spice. Personally, I relate more to the walrus. Give me clams, a nap, and zero stress. But if I'm ever stranded at sea and need backup, I want an elephant seal in my corner. Baby business, blubber babies, and parenthood problems. Alright folks, it's time to talk about the babies, because even in the wild, parenting is messy, loud, and occasionally ridiculous. Elephant seals, tough love with a side of chaos. Elephant seal moms are fierce mamas. Think suburban moms at a Black Friday sale, but with tuskless roars and flipper slaps. They'll fight off threats, scream like banshees, and stand their ground like it's Sealapalooza. But there's a catch. These moms are huge, like SUV-sized huge, and breeding beaches are absolute mayhem. We're talking thousands of seals cramped onto the same patch of sand, roaring, brawling, and giving birth, so sometimes, in the frenzy, a mom accidentally squishes her own pup. Yep, it's heartbreaking and a little bit slapstick, like a nature documentary directed by the Three Stooges. Walruses, the chillest moms on ice. Now walruses, whole different vibe. Their calves are basically born doing the backstroke. Within minutes of birth, these babies are swimming like little aquatic gymnasts, synchronized and adorable. And mom, she's got the patience of a saint. Walrus calves stay with their moms for up to 3 years, nursing, learning, and just hanging out in the herd like it's an Arctic daycare center. It's one big, blubbery family hug. And dad, he's nowhere near. Male walruses live that bachelor life until they're about 15 years old. That's when they start growing out their tusks, working on their blubber-to-muscle ratio, and practicing pickup lines like, "Hey girl, you like shellfish?" If parenting was a sport, walruses win the gold for gentle parenting, hands down. Elephant seals, let's just say, they're more tough love meets demolition derby. I respect both styles, but as someone who stepped on a Lego barefoot, I really feel for those baby seals. So who would win in this blubbery battle royale? Okay, let's stop tiptoeing around and get into the juicy hypothetical we've all been waiting for. In the wild, these two chunky champs are oceans apart, literally. They'd never meet unless someone invents a blubber Olympics or a polar cruise goes very, very wrong. But hey, science is fun, and imaginary fights are even funner, so let's play referee. Size advantage, easy win for the elephant seal. This guy is basically a school bus with a face, tipping the scales at 7,500 pounds. Walrus, still a big boy, but more like a family minivan. Weaponry, here's where the walrus gets spicy. To ivory face sabers, each up to 3 feet long. Think Viking warrior meets underwater grandpa. Those tusks aren't just for show, they're multi-tools, and yes, they hurt. Aggression, elephant seals don't just fight, they train like gladiators. During mating season, it's flipper slapping, headbutting mayhem, like SeaWorld meets WrestleMania. Walruses, More like that uncle who'll fight if you take the last shrimp, but generally just wants to nap. Defense: both are wrapped in layers of thick, luxurious, blubber-like natural body armor and a weighted blanket rolled into one. But the elephant seal is more freight train, while the walrus is more tank in cruise control. If these two ever met in a fantasy face-off, say, on a frozen battlefield with a seafood buffet in the middle, I'm putting my money on the elephant seal. It's bigger, it's nastier, and it's got that chaotic energy of someone who hasn't eaten in months and just found out it's fight season. Sure, the walrus could pull off an underdog win with a lucky tusk jab, but more likely, seal wins, tusks fly, and someone ends up as a blubbery pancake. But hey, maybe it's better this way. Let the walrus chill in the Arctic, sipping clam cocktails. Let the elephant seal rage battle in the Southern Ocean like Poseidon's linebacker. The world's a better place when these two keep to their corners and live their best squishy lives. So what do you think, Team Tusks or Team Trunk Nose? Drop your pick in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe for more wild what-ifs from the animal kingdom. Are elephant seals or walruses dangerous to humans? Let's get real. If you're picturing yourself getting chased by a walrus or body slammed by an elephant seal, take a deep breath. You're probably safe unless you make a very bad life choice. Elephant seals, these guys aren't looking to mess with people. They're all about sleeping, swimming, and smashing each other during mating season. But don't let their big, blubbery charm fool you. If you get too close during breeding season, especially to a massive male, you might find yourself accidentally flattened into a human pancake. We're talking 7,500 pounds of angry dad energy charging at 8 miles per hour. That's like getting hit by a moving couch the size of an SUV. So, rule number 1. Enjoy from a distance. No selfies, no seal hugs. Walruses. The walrus, the sleepy grandpa of the Arctic. Most of the time, they're chill, but corner one, or stumble into a herd with babies. Now you're in tusk territory. Those 3-foot ivory daggers aren't just ice picks, they can do serious damage if the walrus feels threatened. There have been rare cases of walruses flipping boats or charging at people who got too close. So yeah, not exactly a cuddle buddy. Whether it's the tundra or the beach, give wild animals space. Watching these beasts from a safe distance, or better yet, through a zoom lens, is the best way to admire them without becoming a cautionary tale on a nature documentary. Can you keep an elephant seal or walrus as a pet? Short answer, nope. Big nope. Gigantic, blubbery, tusk-wielding nope. But let's have some fun with this. You walk into your backyard and there's a 7,500-pound elephant seal lounging in your kiddie pool, honking like a foghorn, and shedding blubber on your lawn chairs. Or picture a walrus in your bathtub, flinging clams everywhere and scratching up your tile floor with his tusks like he's remodeling your bathroom. HGTV, Arctic Edition. Still tempted? Here's why it's a horrible idea. 1. They're huge. We're not talking Great Dane energy, we're talking small SUV with flippers. You'd need a swimming pool the size of a football field just to keep them from being depressed. 2. Specialized diets. Elephant seals chow down on deep-sea squid and fish. Walruses, they slurp up thousands of clams a day. Unless your grocery list includes 5,000 shellfish daily, you're out of luck. 3. They're wild. These animals aren't domesticated. They don't fetch, they don't do tricks, and they absolutely do not care about your furniture or your Wi-Fi password. Try to train one and you're more likely to get a flipper slap than a high five. Wild animals belong in the wild, not in your backyard, not in your bathtub, and definitely not in your apartment on the 3rd floor. That said, if you're in love with elephant seals or walruses, support wildlife conservation, adopt a plush toy, or visit a reputable sanctuary or zoo. Way less messy, way more legal. Unless your idea of a pet includes a creature that can crush your SUV and eat more seafood than your entire neighborhood, stick with a goldfish. Trust me, your neighbors and your homeowner's insurance will thank you. Don't miss out on the wild fun. If you enjoyed this epic showdown between the elephant seal and the walrus, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an adventure into the wild with us. We've got more jaw-dropping animal face-offs, cool facts, and wild stories coming your way. Like, subscribe, and join the wild side. Let's make it official. Come be part of our wild family. Trust me, the animals and your inbox will thank you. Stay tuned for more, and remember, Nature is always wilder than you think.